Hi, it's Karen here. Thanks for joining me today. I am using a whole raft of my favourite things products to make today's card. I'm using the Some Bunny set, the Sweet Birthday Wishes set, and Because You set and matching die. So to start with, I need to do a little bit of masking because I want to have my little bird sitting on top of the cupcake. So I position the little girl and the bird on top of each other so I know where to position the bird, and then I take the girl image away and just stamp the bird. After I've stamped it, I put a wee mask that I've already cut out, and then I can put the little girl back, and I know that the bird's going to be sitting in the right place. So I stamp the girl over top of the mask of the bird, and then I remove the mask, and I've got the bird exactly where I want him. So I double stamp the girl to get a good impression and then remove the mask. And there we have it. So I put the Misty away and then get out my Copics because I'm going to do some Copic colouring. So I'm not going to go through the whole image to colour it. So I'll just give you a few pieces. I'll show you her face and hair and a little bit of her dress, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise the video will run on for way too long. So I'll play a bit of music while we do the colouring, and I'll catch up with you shortly. Okay, so that's the colouring finished, and what you're looking at now is pretty much how the card's going to look when it's finished. So I used my Blueprints 20 set for the two frames, and just want to show you how I cheat a little bit. Where I'm using a frame in the bottom layer, I actually cut out the centerpiece using another die and save that for another time, rather than have it sitting underneath going to waste when no one can see it. Another thing, I just want to show you that tinfoil thing I use when I use my Misty. I actually made that years and years and years ago to speed up heat embossing, and it's just a piece of chipboard with some tinfoil sellotape to it, but I find that the thickness is really good for putting under my Misty lid to help with getting a good ink coverage. So I use that most times, and it works really well. So I'm stamping the rest of the sentiment on the coloured image, and again I'm double stamping to get a good crisp impression, and then I'm going to start putting my card together. So I've got my frame, which was cut out of dark chocolate cardstock by Simon Says Stamp. I'm going to adhere that to a white top folding card base, and it leaves a tiny little white border around the outside. Once I've got that positioned and centered on that card front, I will then get some white fun foam and layer that on the back of my coloured image. So I just use liquid glue to adhere that both to the coloured image and also to the card base. That green Tombow liquid glue I use for almost everything. I love it, and I go through it like water. So once I've got that adhered onto the card base, all that's really left is to adhere the die cut sentiment. So again, I'm going to use my spray adhesive for that, because I find spray adhesive very handy for die cut sentiments rather than fiddling around with little dots of glue. So I'll take that to the other side of the room where I have a cardboard box set up and give that a good squirt on the back of it, and then oh no, I didn't. I tell a lie. I coloured it with clear Wink of Stella. No, clear, what is it? Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. That's what I did. Coloured it first to give it a little bit of shimmer, and then I took it away and gave it a spritz of glue before bringing it back and adhering it above the stamped sentiment on the card. And that is pretty much it. The last step is I actually take my tweezers and just run them around the letters to get any of the little specks of cardstock from the die cutting process. Just lifts those away and makes a nice crisp edge on those die cut letters. So thanks again for joining me. Really appreciate you taking the time, and I'll catch you again some other time. Bye.